Not chatbots. Humanoid robots are the ones changing the economy. 3 years talking about ChatGPT, Claude, AI writing our text, students cheating on exams, and we stare at the screen. And meanwhile, inside the factory, they are installing humanoid robots that actually work. The chatbot writes an email. The robot in the factory assembles parts, welds, moves it, repeat without a mistake. We all see the first one. It makes the news, it gets us arguing online. The second works in silence and nobody talks about it seriously. They are not just buying them, they are not just on sale, they are also renting them. Ideally, the same robot that works the dog and makes the bed then goes to work in the factory. And if the neighbor needs to repaint a wall, we can rent it by the hour. Homes change, but factories change more. Advanced economies live on manufacturing far more than it seems. Here in the United States, the factory is worth about 10% of GDP, but that's it, $2,500 billion. In Germany, it's 18%, in Japan, over 20%, in China, almost 25%. Whoever produces rules. And now AI walks into those factories with a body. The advantage of intelligent robots isn't just firing people, it's being able to raise output while staying home, without moving the factory to the other side of the road to pay workers less. So the factories come back, but with fewer people inside. 100 industrial robots per 1,000, 10,000 workers. China in few years went from fewer than 100 industrial robots per 10,000 workers to around 470, among the most automated countries in the world. Not trade show prototypes. Lines running right now. For years, we thought AI would hit white-collar work first. Lawyers, programmers, office staff. The opposite is happening too. Skilled factory work is among the first to be redrawn. Whoever owns the robot earns. Whoever worked inside has to reinvent themselves, often with no net underneath. We keep staring at the screen while the real change happens on the factory floor. The chatbot makes noise. The robot in the factory changed the economy, and it does it without almost anyone telling the story the way it deserves. What do you think?